Welcome guys to my new and renewed career mode with Preston North End. I'm going to go with a series name of Sleeping Giants for this career mode. The concept behind it is we were once a big club, probably one of the biggest clubs in England. Definitely one of the biggest clubs in England. It was the first Invincibles. We won the FA Cup without conceding a goal in the double J, obviously, when we won the Invincibles. But now we're an average sized club. I won't say we're small, but we're not quite as big as we were. And we're trying to get back into, well, not back into the Premier League, back into the top division of English football and into the Premier League for the first time ever. Before I get into the gameplay and the actual career mode, I have a small list of rules that I want to keep by. So the first one, only realistic signings. That means no players like Mason Greenwood, players who I would be able to get for relatively cheap, but they just wouldn't come to Preston, would they? I want to try and keep gameplay as realistic as possible, so that's head scan players only. I have to play in ultimate difficulty, and I have to play all league games. As far as objectives come, I've kind of set myself some basic objectives that I want to achieve. The first one, reach the Premier League, try and get it within 2 seasons. I think I should be able to do it in the first, if I sign good enough players, I guess. Secondly is grow a youth player to become a starting 11 player. If I get into the Premier League the first season, I guess that's going to be quite a bit harder. The third is reach an FA Cup final. Fourth is sell a player for over £10 million. Obviously, we're probably notoriously known as a selling club. Like, we sell a lot of our best players. And the final one is score 80 plus goals in a season. Obviously, I want to entertain everyone. I don't want to play boring 1-0 wins every single game. Now, going into the squad hub, I kind of outlined 3 key things that I think we need. 1, being a striker or a goal scorer. It doesn't need to be a striker specifically, but we need somebody who can score us goals. Secondly, I'd say maybe a backup goalkeeper, if Declan Rudd doesn't play well in game, that is. And we also need a left back just in case Andy Hughes does get injured. Now, as you can see, the first signing that I went in for was Jonathan Lecco on loan. He's at West Brom. He probably won't fit into the first team unless he does quite a lot of developing in the first season. And I think he's perfect for somebody who can develop over a season and towards the back end of the season start bagging goals for us. With the young team that we have, training is pretty important for us this season. Obviously, I'm trying to get Lecco higher up because I feel like if we do go up, we'll have the funds to bring him in permanently. But as you can see, they're the main players that I want to train. Lecco, Ledson, Pearson and Ben Davies. They're the main players who I'm focusing on because they definitely have the highest potential. Speaking of players with a bit of potential, we decided to go in for the left back, Cameron Borthwick-Jackson. I feel like maybe towards the end of the season he'll reach about 72 rated and he can push Andy Hughes out for maybe a first team position. I do believe we got him for around his value of £600,000 and we also got him for about 9.4 grand wages. Yeah, it was 9.4. And I feel like realistically that's literally about what we'd pay for a player like him. I spoke before of getting a bit of money, and the first transfer offer, or the first relatively big one that we received, was 3.5 million for Tom Barkhuizen, and I figured we could probably get about 4 million out of him for him. I did very much have him in our plans, but I feel like 4 million for a player who he's 72 rated, he's not got bad potential, but I could definitely get a player who's higher rated and could probably do a better job than Tom Barkhuizen, even though I do love the guy. For the first game of the season against Millwall, I went with probably our best lineup, with the exclusion of Nugent. But I felt like it was just perfect starting Nugent, and I didn't want to put Lecco in too soon. So the first game of the season, the team that I went with, well, formation for starters, it was kind of a false 9, with the wingers playing a little bit high up. But with Rudd in there, Hughes on the left, Davies and Bauer in the middle, Fisher on the right, Pearson, Johnson and Brown in the middle, Sinclair on the left, Nugent up front, playing as a false 9, more of a centre forward, and then Sean Maguire playing on the right. Going into the first game of the season against Millwall in the capital. It's a rainy day and hopefully we can get off to the best start possible. North End fans, loud as ever. What is Fisher doing? If that's the most Darnell Fisher thing I've ever seen. It's got ball well won by Sinclair. Still going. Oh, and he's just hit it straight at the keeper. It's beautiful. Oh, Scott Sinclair. He's still going. He's still going. It's not a bad ball. Oh, and Fisher's been caught out too far up there. Very far up. And what a finish by Daniel Johnson. Put us 1-0 up. Look at him, let's go to the away fans. We've been the better team. It was deserved. And they've got the Daniel Johnson celebration. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see that from DJ. 50 grand this guy cost. Solid finish. Look at that. Is it weirdly, but no saving threat from the goalkeeper. And just like that, 1-1, just before half time. 30 seconds was needed to see it out, and is it Bradshaw? He's a good player in real life, to be honest, and that's a good goal. And it's equal just like that after we've dominated the whole half. Nothing Rudd can do. Andy Hughes was the wrong side of him, and Patrick Bauer and Ben Davies were both caught out. And they might be through of O'Brien. What a save by Declan Rudd. What a save to keep us in this game. Keep us even. That is an absolute unreal save, pushing out to the bar. And he's showing why he can't be replaced. It might be time for David Nugent to come off and Lecco to go up front. And it's in the middle for Sinclair. And he can't get his debut goal. But Maguire still got it, and he's gone in eventually. 2-1 in the 80th minute. Sean Maguire proving why we might not need another striker. And it was a very, very, very scabby goal. The ball was just bouncing everywhere. Pinball in a box, but it's eventually gone in. It's a good tackle by Lecco, but Sinclair should be finishing that first chance. On his left foot. Can't ask for anything else, can you? Tackle by Fisher. And Lecco, he turns his man. He's done one. He can't get the shot off for, and it's a big save by the keeper to keep it 2-1. And looks like a big win for us in the capital, beating Millwall 2-1. That was a huge goal by Maguire. After this game, literally nothing happened, and the next game was against Wigan in the league at home. So let's get straight into that. Look at that, DJ was our best player last game, and we've decided to give Lecco the start over David Nugent. And instead of playing a false 9, we're going to play with him just up top, with Maguire on the right and Scott Sinclair on the left. It's an unchanged midfield, unchanged rest of the team. I'd say that definitely is our best team, but we do still have a lot of time to strengthen. And obviously I think we're going to go for a striker and maybe a goalkeeper or a centre back. But midfield wise, we could probably do with another backup midfielder. I'd say that's about it. That's a very good tackle by the defender to stop Maguire's momentum going forward. He's kept the ball, give it to Daniel Johnson. And Daniel Johnson, oh, so close. So close to scoring. It's a good ball to Roberts. Ben Davies with a good tackle, but we're not in a good position here. And Patrick Bauer just about cuts out that cross. That goes tries to definitely go to Wigan there. And Ben Pearson gets the goal. The player you'd least expect to score does it for Preston against Wigan. And that's a very rare sight to see Ben Pearson scoring a goal. And celebrating with the fans in Ben Pearson fashion. We've definitely been the better team in the second half. We took the game to Wigan. And it's a good ball by Maguire. And it's just a simple finish. And that was a very dirty challenge by the centre-back. I feel like if Ben Pearson misses that, we have a penalty anyway. But we'll take the lead. Oh, that wasn't a nice challenge by Darnell Fisher. And it's a good ball across. And just like that, they've equalised. Minutes after we took the lead. Head in hands by me. And what the fucking hell's going on with that? It's a good ball across. And I feel like Andy Hughes needs to do better than that. And Declan Rudd, I don't know where he's going. And that's just very unlucky. And it's good play now by Wigan. And it's a good ball, and just like that, it's 2-1 to Wigan. In a space of 5 minutes, he scored 2 goals. And McLeod with a very good finish. And the defending there's just not good enough, is it? Bauer is in Norman's land. Davies is left in the centre by himself. Nobody's picking up the spare man, and it's a good finish. It's a good ball across to Scott Sinclair. He's onside. And he's finished it. He scores on his home debut for Preston. And just like it's 2-2, we're back into the game. Number 31, he's letting him know who he is. And that was beautiful, magical. Ledson to Sinclair. Back to Ledson. He's brought it down. Can't do much with it. Jackson, he's headed it on. And that's brilliant. Maguire makes it 3-2. Just like that, the game's changed again. And both with Jackson with his first touch for Preston. With a brilliant assist to head it across to Maguire. You can't ask any more, can you? The clearance was absolutely awful. It was a brilliant header across, and Maguire can't miss from there. He heads it across the goalkeeper. And he gets his second of the season. It's not a bad ball to David Nugent, and he knows how to hold the ball up, doesn't he? If anyone knows how to hold a ball in a corner, it's David Nugent. Sean Maguire's goal once again proves important for us. Si, senor. Give the ball to Sean, he'll score. Look at this, we probably had... Was this the goal by Ben Pearson? That's a brilliant touch, isn't it? I didn't realise... Now, closing out the first episode, I decided that another centre-back would never do us any harm. Maybe a younger centre-back, because we have the Cumbrian Cannavaro in Paul Huntington and Super Tommy Clark. But then they're both aging. Maybe in a couple of seasons they'll be, I'd say, low 60s. So we want a loanee just for now who we can train and maybe sign at the end of the season. And Cameron Carter-Vickers was perfect, really. We can get him, don't need to pay that much on wages for him. He's got decent-ish potential and he won't want a first team spot straight away. And that's going to be the end of the first episode. Obviously we picked up 2 decent wins over Millwall, the 2-1 win, and then the crazy game against Wigan where we ended up somehow coming back from 2-1 down to win 3-2. But yeah, I'm going to end the video here. Please like, subscribe, comment. If you have any suggestions on what I can do to improve, please let me know. Also, thank Mark, it's Raptor, I'll put his link in the description. He made the beat for me and he also makes good content on his channel. But thank you for watching and see you later.